All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome, everybody. Again, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Mindy Deeble. I live here in Boise, Idaho, and I know we have people jumping on from all over the place. I am so excited for you and for all that you have going on. We just came back from an awesome weekend. How many of you were at our event this last weekend? Awesome. I see Patty, Rudy. Mercedes, good to see you. Pam, I love it. Ray, Cassandra, and I know there were many more that were there. We had so much fun, you guys. What I would love, first of all, is to kick off this call to talk about any breakthroughs that you had from this weekend or any wins that you had this last week that you would like to share, whether they are something where you stepped out of your comfort zone, or you made a big leap into something, or, you know, you ranked up, you had something big happen. So, we're going to kick this off for just a few minutes to let you share any wins you have, and how you can share is you can either click on your mic or you can also drop in the chat. So, anybody want to kick this off and talk about either a breakthrough you had or a win you had?
Good morning. This is Barbara. I was in Modesto. I'm sorry I'm driving. Um,
Okay.
I was in Modesto and just incredible training. I've started posting again. They're terrible, but I'm doing lives. And yesterday I did 100 voice clips for an online meeting that we're doing this evening. Thanks so much. Have an amazing day.
Oh, I love it, Barbara. Thank you so much for sharing. And you know what? Whenever you start something, okay, no matter what it is, whether you are doing your first presentation, your first post, your first live, your first reach out, whatever that is, okay, we always have to be not as good as we're going to be later on, right? So I always say I'm going to be bad before I'm okay, and then I'm going to be okay before I'm great, and then I'm going to be great before I'm excellent, and I'm going to be excellent before I'm exceptional. But I first have to start out at that space, and the only way to get to exceptional is we just keep going. So I'm excited for you, Barbara. That is awesome. Thank you for sharing. And it was Barbara, right? On my screen it says iPhone, but I want to make sure.
Yes, it's Barbara. Sorry, I'm driving to work right now. So thanks.
Okay, thank you. All right, anybody else want to share a breakthrough or a win?
I I got something.
Awesome. Hi, Christine. Thanks for sharing.
Hi. It's actually for my boys because they do a fundraiser every year for the Children's Stollery Foundation.
Okay.
So and we did a yard sale and a hot dog stand, and they raised almost $2,000 over the weekend
Wow.
for it. So trying to put in some of that lift where you live into our neighborhood as well.
That is
So I'm
so
very proud of them.
that is so cool. Congratulations. Tell them congrats. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
He's right here. He's listening.
Hi, good job. What's your name?
What's your name? Oh, it's Cesar. And we have Wilfred also.
Wilfred and Cesar, is that right? Did I
Yeah.
say that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations and thank you so much for sharing. That's a huge win.
Thank you.
I love it. Anybody else want to share?
I'll go. I'll be really quick.
Awesome. Hi, Rachel. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun, didn't we?
Yes. So, and that's what I wanted to speak on super fast is the importance of events. You guys have heard that so many times, but seeing each other's beautiful faces on here is one thing, but actually getting to hug and build true like depth of relationships with the people that you meet in this company is so much better than just seeing each other on here. And so you guys, I beg of you, please do anything that you can to get to Vegas in October. There were so many breakthrough moments. I can't count how many times I cried, like just so much validation in that I'm in the right place at the right time with the right people. And you can't get that same feeling just from a screen. So that's all I wanted to say. Love you, Mindy.
Love you too. Thank you so much for sharing. And that's exactly right. You can't. I mean, like, I haven't been able to hug all of you. I've seen you on screen, but it was so fun to actually get to know you and hug you and talk to you personally. And I know we had a lot of breakthroughs. So thank you again, Rachel. Anybody else want to share?
I was just excited to be there this weekend. I learned so many things. I think I really, really needed that. You know, it's that fear of getting started. I
Mhm.
think that's the fear most of us have.
Yeah.
And although I've done door knocking in person in my career, it's a little different when you're trying to talk to somebody by phone or text
Yeah.
or someone you haven't talked to in a long time, but you see them all the time, you know, on Facebook or Instagram. But I think it was that fear that keeps us all from just getting that one start.
Yeah.
And I think there were so many conversations and learning how to get past that fear. So I'm really excited to get started. And even if you fail and you sound terrible,
Uh-huh.
we're all going to start that way. We can't grow without some hiccups.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Awesome. Mercedes, thank you so much for sharing. I love that. I
Yeah,
love
of
that.
course.
Okay.
Maybe I'd like to share.
Oh, awesome. Hi,
Hi.
Stephanie.
Mine is I really wish I could have made Modesto, but I was in Nashville with you, which was amazing. And I do agree, doing the events is just so much fun. But when I was in Modesto, every time I had to take an Uber, which was quite often, I was talking to people there, whether they picked me up, dropped me off, whatever. They always got an earful about how excited I am about what I'm doing and why I was there. So just last week, I had a reach out from a guy that I talked to. He dropped me off to come back home, and he reached out to me and said he wanted to get started. Now, I know there's a little bit of fear there because now he's kind of quiet, but I'm like, you don't know who you were talking to here because unless you're dead or your phone blows up, you're going to see me in your inbox just about every day. So he was really, really excited to get started. I was excited because, you know, you put the effort forth and you're talking, everybody goes, oh, yeah, just do it, just do it. And you're like, I have been doing it. I've been in this business here, which or not, for 3 years. And I really took serious this last 2 months, talking to people and really don't be afraid to share. And then when he reached back, I was like, oh, darn, this is like, it's so true. Like, get over your fear and just open your mouth because you don't know who's looking for what. And maybe he doesn't.
Right.
But it opened, I always tell my team that when you're pointing a finger, three are coming back at you. When
Yeah.
you're pouring out to somebody else and giving somebody such an amazing opportunity, 3 times or more is going to come back to you. And so
Absolutely.
I'm just like, talk, just talk.
I love it. Stephanie, thank you so much. And yes, we had so much fun in Tennessee, didn't we? Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate you. Okay, we have time for one more share. Does anybody else want to share? And of course, you can drop.
Rocio.
Oh, hi, Rocio. So good to see you. I had so much
Yeah.
fun with you and talking to you.
Oh my God. And I can back what everybody's doing and saying about the events, the powerful and the intensity that will come to you after the event. If you don't go to an event, you will never know.
So,
That's all I can say about that. But I want to talk about someone that signed up on Wednesday after a presentation on Tuesday. We talked about going to the event. She
mhm,
said yes. In
awesome.
the meantime, on Thursday, she became Jade. She
Uh-huh.
was 100 points away from Jade. She asked me, what can I do? And I said, the easiest will be to find a customer or you buy the product.
Mhm.
She called me like 15, 20 minutes later asking me which products can she recommend for somebody to exercise or to build muscle. I gave her a list. 10 minutes later, she said he's going to buy it. She was Jade before the beginning of the event. She was at the event. She's super pumped up. She's ready to go. And yes, people may be afraid, but if you push to go to the event, that can make them jump.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that so much. Rocio, thank you so much for sharing. And who was it that did all of that?
Vivi?
Vivi. Well,
Vivi.
congrats. I don't know if Vivi's on, but congratulations, Vivi. That is so awesome. And that is commitment.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yes.
guys.
That
Thank
is
you,
Hey,
thank
she's
you.
here. She's here.
awesome. I
Yes,
Good
love
yes.
it,
morning.
Vivi. Congrats. And you are working with one of the best. We just love Rocio. We're so excited for her and everything she has going on as well. So,
Yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone. And the only thing I can say is making it through that event. I had my hurdles, but I'm like not making excuses. I'm gonna be there with only 4 hours of sleep, migraine, but I was there. Um, but I guess the more important for me for that event was the mindset shift. Like the information that I received was so much that now I am empowered to like teach my new team members and the new ones that are going to come in and be like, okay, this is what we're at, this is what we're going to do, and then what we learned, I'm also going to give out to, the new team members, and for them not to miss the next event. And well, I have bigger goals for the next event, and hopefully, God willing, everything aligns and we'll make it happen. But
I
thank you
love
guys, everyone.
that is so awesome. Congratulations, Vivi. So excited for you and excited for all of you. I know there were many breakthroughs that weren't shared on this Zoom, but I was receiving text messages, calls. People are on fire right now. And I just want you to know that even if you weren't able to make the event, now is the time, okay? Big things are about to happen here at Trinant. And if you've ever wanted to do something big, like now's the time. People are going to do it with or without you. It might as well be you. Okay. If you have ever wanted to build a multi-million dollar company, you have the power and you have the ability to do it, but it is going to take commitment. See, it's not about your ability, it's about your commitment. And I know that those of you who were at the event or those of you who know me, you know my story. You know that I struggled in the beginning. And those of you who don't know my story, I struggled in the beginning. So you might see me as a top producing blue diamond today. But when I first got started in this industry, I didn't know if I had what it took to make this happen. I would see other people, do big things and come into the business and just explode. And for 4 months, I would jump on Zooms like this. Well, they weren't Zooms back then. They were, actual meetings. But because we didn't have that, or I would get on conference calls like this and I would hear stories of people who had breakthroughs and just exploded and they would always say you're just one decision away from a massive explosion in your organization. You're just one decision away or one commitment away from making it happen. And I was like, I'm committed. I'm doing this. Like I am here. I'm on this call. I'm doing these things. But there were things that I wasn't doing that was showing that I really actually wasn't committed. And I will tell you, when I made the actual commitment, and we're going to talk about that actual commitment and helping you to understand whether you truly are committed or not. When I did the actual like commitment to make it happen, I exploded. We went from after 4 months of struggling, but feeling like we were doing everything, we only had 12 people on our team. And then within 60 days, we had over 300 people join our organization. And the very next month, we had over 1,000 people join. And then every month from that time, we just kept growing and growing, and we rose straight to the top of the company. And in our first year, we created $70,000 month incomes. Okay. Now, how did we do that? It was a commitment. It was deciding it was whatever it takes. So here's what I first want to do. Can everybody, if you haven't yet, because in the very beginning I said, if you have a goal this week, I want you to drop your goal in this chat. Now, you might have a longer term goal, but, and you should have a longer term goal, okay? But then you should break that down into weekly and daily goals. So I always say, set your big term goal and then reverse engineer it to monthly goals, weekly goals, daily goals. What is this week's goal? Drop that in the chat. I see Jeff Harrison. It's a minimum of 10 people a day. So you're going to peak 10 people every single day. I love it. Stephanie is get the accelerator bonus. You guys are dropping these in so fast. Drop them in the chat, okay? What your goal is. One new customer, one new associate. I love it, LaDonna. Invite 10 people a day. That is, gosh, you guys are going so fast. Steven, I love it. Enroll 10 plus customers this week and 3 new business partners. Trini, I love it. Lisa, 25 to 30 invites to the overviews. Number one goal is 10 LinkedIn, 20 connections, 10 Facebook offers. I love it. Pam and John Foster. 3 team members. Okay, so keep dropping these in the chat. Mark, you've got that. 3 team members. Okay, keep dropping your goals in the chat if you don't have them in the chat yet. And then the next thing I want you to ask yourself, are you actually 100% committed to this goal? Now, here's the difference between where I was when I first got in this industry and then what I did and where I was when I was committed. Okay, so first of all, when you are interested in something, then you do what's convenient. See, in the beginning, I was doing what worked for me, what was convenient, what was easy and fun, right? And I had these excuses when life got busy. Now, none of my excuses made me any money. In fact, my excuses actually were pretty legit. I mean, I was working full time. I have 4 children, and at that time, my youngest was 7, my oldest was 13. They had a million activities going on. Nobody drove except for me. My husband was traveling all over the place. So for me to like put something else on my plate, it really was kind of crazy. And so it was really out there for me to like shift and maybe not go to my son's football game so that I could go do a meeting. It was just a lot easier just to say my son has a football game, so I'm just going to go do that. I've got to make sure that all of this is taken care of in my house. And I want you to understand that when you make a commitment to something, you've got to do things differently. Things have got to shift, right? You got to go against the grain. It is going to feel a little uncomfortable. It is going to feel a little crazy. And there might be people around you that think you're crazy. But here's what I want you to know. In order to get to the 3%, okay, 3% of the people in any industry, in Trinot, in network marketing, in real estate, in sales, in whatever, okay, any industry, only 3% are doing big things. 97% of the people out there are living paycheck to paycheck. So how do you get into that 3% category? You have to also be willing to do what 97% of the people are not willing to do. It's going to feel a little crazy. People are going to think you're crazy. I thought I was crazy actually to do some of the things that I really was going to have to do. So it was just easier to make an excuse, right? But when you're interested in something, then you need motivation. Like you have excuses. You do it when it's fun. But when it starts feeling hard, that's when you stop. When you're committed, though, okay, you are willing to do whatever it takes. You make it a priority. You show up, especially when it's hard, right? You're showing up no matter what. You prioritize every goal to make it happen. You don't need external motivation because you already know you're doing it. You're doing it with or without your team. You're doing it with or without, the people around you. You are just making it happen. You're going to do it with or without your leader, right? You don't have any excuses. You're not saying, oh, I didn't get launched right, or I didn't get this, or this leader didn't do that, or whatever. You're actually just doing it. That's commitment when you do whatever it takes. So I'm going to give you 10, actually 11 questions. 11 questions that I want you to ask yourself. And if I were you, I'd write these questions down because anytime you set a goal, these are some questions you really want to ask because there's a big difference between wishing you had something and it's a must. Do you know what I mean? There's a huge difference. And gosh, there's so many things I wish I could do. Like I wish that I could play the piano amazingly, but I just can't. But you know why I can't? Because I'm really not willing to do what it's going to take to play the piano like my daughter does. Does that make sense? I wish there were certain things in my life, but obviously, if I don't have them, it's because it's not a must. It's not like I have to have that yet, or I would have it. And so, what are some things, and that's hard to hear sometimes, right? That is hard to hear because sometimes you set goals and you really think it's a must, but your actions are showing that it might just be a wish. And so, number one, this goal that you dropped in the chat, is this a goal that is just going to be nice to have, or is it a must have? Like this is a must have for me. I have to do this. Now, it might not be your weekly goal because I know some of you said like 10 peaks, but those 10 peaks a day, like Jeff Harrison has, he has obviously a longer term goal to get to that. So look at that long term big goal. Like, is it diamond? Is that a must have or is it just a wish? Does that make sense? Like, do you have to have this? The second question, am I willing to get uncomfortable, inconvenienced, or stretched to achieve it? Like, are you willing to face people that maybe reject you, right? Are you willing to go against the grain? Are you willing to miss a few things that you love in order to have something even bigger? Okay, number 3. Am I willing to give up and make room for this? Okay, so am I willing to give up time, habits, distractions, comfort zones in order to make room for this? Okay, number 4. Have I created a clear action plan with deadlines on this? Or am I just kind of like saying it's just going to happen? Like, do you actually have it written out? You've reversed engineered that goal. Like, I decided I am committed to getting diamond done. And then you have decided how many peaks you've got to do every single day, what you're doing to make that happen. Okay. Am I willing to keep going even if I fail, even if I get embarrassed or I feel discouraged? Am I willing to keep going? I mean, that's a big one. Have I made this goal public or declared it to someone? Have I declared it to, people that hold me accountable? Because if you're not willing to declare it, then I will tell you, some of you that were at the event heard this from me, but I remember my upline many years ago having me publicly say what my goal was in order to hit kind of like an emerald position is probably the equivalent of where we were at that time. And it wasn't until I publicly said in 3 weeks or 4 weeks, I can't remember if it was 3 or 4 weeks, I will be this. And when I said that and I declared it to my team and to my upline and everything, it was like, I got to get this done. Like, this is serious because they're going to hold me accountable, right? And so, are you willing to declare that goal? Okay. Do my daily choices reflect this goal as a priority? Or is it just kind of in my head? Is it just like living in my head and it's something that maybe I might do? Or am my habits and the things that I'm doing every day showing that I've got to make this happen? Okay. Um, Number 8 question. When obstacles show up, and I promise you that they will, okay? What's your plan to stay in the game? Do you have a plan to stay in the game? This is important because if you don't have a plan, I promise you those obstacles, those challenges, they're going to come because anything worthwhile, anything that is going to take your life to another level, there is going to be obstacles. And right before that breakthrough, there will be a challenge. And so, do you know what you're going to do when that challenge comes up? Um, are you waiting for the right time? Oh, number 9 question. Are you waiting for the right time or are you taking imperfect action right now? Willing to take imperfect action, or do you keep feeling like it has to be perfect before you start? Because the very best thing you can do is just take imperfect action and go. Okay, number 10. If I don't hit this goal, what is it going to cost me? Emotionally, what is it going to cost me? Financially, what is it going to cost me? Spiritually, what is it going to cost me? And are you okay with that? Okay, because if you're not okay with that, it probably shows you're committed. Okay. But if you're okay with that loss, then it might just be a wish. And the last one that I like to ask is, am I willing to sacrifice time and money to make this goal happen? Are you willing to sacrifice that? So, are my calendar and my bank account aligned with this goal? Meaning you're willing to sacrifice the time and the money to make it happen. Okay, so I like to go through those questions when I have a big goal that I want to achieve because this really shows that commitment to making it happen. You guys, I know that big things are going to happen here very, very soon for many of you. And it's the ones that truly do what they say they're going to do. And I will tell you when you do what you're saying you're going to do. Okay, long after the feeling or the mood that you set it in has left you, when you actually do that, you're going to gain more confidence in yourself, more belief that you truly do have what it takes. And, I remember many, many years ago, I really, really struggled with confidence. And it was because I wasn't always my word to what I said I was going to do. And I realized, the very best way that I can gain my own confidence in myself is by doing what I said I was going to do, like being my word to what I said I was going to do. And so be your word, whatever it is this week that your goal is. Don't let your head hit the pillow today, tomorrow, the next day, until you do that daily goal. You win that day. You do whatever you said you were going to do. And keep doing that over and over and over again. And I promise you, big things are going to happen. Okay. So somebody wanted to know if I could, let's see, it was Christine. Okay. Repeat number 3 and number 7 question. So number 3 is, what am I willing to give up to make room for this? Okay. So what am I willing to give up? What am I willing to give up? Time, habits, distractions, comfort zones? That's number 3 question. And number 7 question is, do my daily choices reflect this goal as a priority, or is it just living in my head? Okay, so the things that I'm doing daily, the habits, the choices I'm making, are they reflecting that this is a priority? Okay. All right, you guys. Let's go make some big things happen. Just remember, it's not about your ability, it's about your commitment. All right. I love you all. Oh, hey. So tomorrow night, I'm doing an event. We're doing an overview. Um, and that is at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So anybody that you have, you get the people in front of me and I will help you sign them up. Let's go out and attack it this week. Let's go make some big things happen. And we'll see all of you at our overviews. If you're wondering what events are happening this week, go to Power Players, go to the featured section of Power Players, and you'll see what events are happening. I just posted that this morning. All right. Love you all. See you very soon. Thank you so much, all of you, for sharing. Stephanie, thank you so much for bringing people in from the waiting room, and we'll see all of you soon. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.